Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 News at 7 on My 5.
We're going to miss her very much.
Questions remain tonight after a bus runs over an elderly woman and kills her. Now her family says someone needs to be held accountable. The accident left 62-year-old Mildred Griffith dead and a lot of questions unanswered. TV5's Clayton Cummins has more from the Continuous News Center.
David, the family of Mildred Griffith is mourning the loss of a beloved family member tonight. One neighbor I spoke with today said he saw it all from right outside his window. This Elma driveway sits empty tonight, filled with a somber reminder of tragedy.
Millie was a warm, loving individual.
Police say 62-year-old Mildred Griffith was struck and killed around 7:30 Tuesday night in an accident with an Elma dial-in ride bus. Griffith was chasing her dog when she had fallen down in the path of the bus. The driver of that bus then ran her over.
We all loved her dearly. She loved her animals and her friends and her family. And we're going to miss her very much.
This is the home behind me where 62-year-old Mildred Griffith was struck and killed by an Elma transportation vehicle. Now, right across the street, neighbors tell me they saw the entire situation unfold.
I just happened to look out the window as I would any other time when I hear, a noise or something. And I looked out and she was laying, on the road.
Matthew Rodriguez lives right across the street and rushed outside immediately to help.
I was completely in shock. It took about 30 seconds to set in before I even realized what happened. And then I ran out here and he asked me to call 911. And
Rodriguez says he can't believe something like this happened right outside his window.
It's pretty hard to even, be out here right now. I never thought that I'd see something like that. I just wish I could have done a little more.
Now, the Elma Transportation Director, Matt Schooley, issued this statement to TV5 today, saying in part, quote, "We are deeply saddened that a life was lost. The Michigan State Police are currently investigating the case, and we will defer comments in reference to the accident to them at this time." In the Continuous News Center, Clayton Cummins, WNEM TV5 News at 7 on My 5.
Thank you, Clayton. And of course, stay with TV5 for continuing coverage on this investigation. Also developing tonight, police are trying to piece together what happened after a man was killed while riding his bike. It happened late last night in Davison Township. Police say a driver hit the 28-year-old and he died later at the hospital. TV5's James Felton is in Genesee County with more.
The topic of bike safety on the front burner after an unfortunate accident here on East Court Street.
It's always real sad to hear. Unfortunately, it happens all too often, and especially night riding.
Broken glass, a busted side mirror, and orange markings. Reminders of a tragic scene that played out just before 11 last night. 28-year-old Byron Arnold losing his life after being hit by a car while riding a bike. It all happened on East Court Street in the Genesee County community of Davison Township. Police say he wasn't wearing reflective clothing. A big no-no, according to Al Comstock.
And you should have headlight, taillight of some sort.
Comstock has been in the bike business for 25 years. He owns Al's Quick Release Bicycle. He shared his thoughts on how you can be safer on your two-wheeler at night.
A helmet, number one. I'm a big believer in helmets. I'm here today because I wore my helmet. Had a bad accident, cracked the helmet, but I was okay.
Comstock says you should also have reflectors at the front and back of the bike. Reflective clothing is a must. He also suggests having a rear view mirror to watch for oncoming traffic. Many people we talk to say they don't use these safety measures. But after learning of Arnold's death, that will change.
I will now that I've actually thought about it.
I heard about the accident and yeah, especially for me and my daughter.
I don't ride my bike at night, but if I did, definitely. Hearing about that, I would.
Meanwhile, Comstock is glad to hear more riders will make the effort to be safer, wanting them all to finish their bike trip safely.
Make the investment. I mean, it's definitely worth it if you're going to ride, especially at night.
The 19-year-old driver that hit and killed Brian Arnold stopped immediately after the accident, and police say he is cooperating fully in their investigation. At this point, authorities do not believe alcohol was a factor in the accident. For WNEM-TV 5 News at 7 on My 5, I'm James Felton.
All right, James, thank you. For more bike safety tips, just head on over to WNEM.com. A neighborhood crime alert. Police are searching for a suspect in a deadly shooting. 21-year-old Dakota Rico was found dead in the driver's seat of a truck earlier this morning in Saginaw. The truck was found resting against a street sign, that is, in the area of Douglas and Yeomans. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL. And police have made an arrest in a murder investigation we first told you about on TV5 Wake Up this week. It happened early Tuesday morning in Flint near the intersection of Avenue A and Williams. That's where police found a man shot to death on the porch of his home. Flint police confirmed they have arrested a man in connection with the shooting, but the investigation is ongoing. Crank up the AC because it is a scorcher out there. The muggy conditions hit you like a brick wall as soon as you walk out the door. Chief Meteorologist Brian Bachman is trying to stay cool over there in the First Warn 5 Weather Center, and he has your forecast. Hi, Brian.
Hi there, David. Yeah, another day where just that air mass just grabs you right by the neck as soon as you walk out the door. Now, we have been offered some relief. It just comes at a little bit of a cost, namely in the form of a couple of scattered showers and some heavier thunderstorms that we've seen tonight. But by all accounts, once you get through those storms, boy, what a difference that little bit of rain can really make. Just takes a little bit of that edge off. Here's a look at things tonight on your First Warn 5 Sky Tracker. And we've seen a lot of these storms starting to really blossom to life after about 2 p.m. this afternoon. And, you know, they've kind of gone through their respective life cycles, the situation evolving as we speak. But the general trend is we've seen repeated bouts of kind of thunderstorms that'll develop, rain, kind of make a little bit of a traverse to the south and east and then die out, only to be replaced by more. So that's exactly what we have tonight. We saw a pretty decent band of shower and thunderstorm activity slide from about the M46 corridor across I-69 earlier, and now that's being replaced by another band of storms kind of blowing up along the northern half of I-75 and extending into Saginaw Bay at this hour. And it's a trend that we may see continue well into the overnight hours, granted at a slightly reduced intensity, as we have a little bit of a disturbance, a small one at the surface, rolling across parts of Wisconsin tonight. That'll be just gradually making its way across the Great Lakes. Now, when the storms have moved out, we are working at least a little bit of sunshine back into the picture. 77 now after it reached 87 earlier this afternoon in Saginaw, thanks to that rain-cooled air. 83 the current temperature in Flint after you briefly touched 90 before the storms rolled in. 80 right now in Bay City and Owasso. Really you haven't seen much, really anything in the way of any wet weather, so your temperature remaining very hot. 86 right now, that chance ongoing all night long for a stray shower or thunderstorm. Wind's going to be light out of the northwest and lows staying very mild, only getting down into the upper 60s. We'll take a quick look rather at your Labor Day weekend forecast. That's coming up in just a little bit.
Brian, thank you. Continuing coverage now on the effort to raise money for Trooper Chad Wolf. At last check, his GoFundMe page has raised more than $155,000 in just 4 days. The creators of the page are hoping to raise $200,000 for Wolf's wife and 4 kids. He died Friday when a car hit his motorcycle while on patrol on I-75. If you would like to donate, there's a link at WNEM.com. Students are nearly set to go back to school, and police in one community want to be prepared. Grand Blanc area police departments went through several training exercises with the staff at East Middle School today, simulating an assault inside the school with a fake gunman. Police say while it's a situation that you never want to think could happen at your school, it's crucial to be prepared nonetheless.
It's extremely important. We try to review our safety plans annually, go over it with the students, the staff, and the faculty here, the educators, make sure that everybody's on the same page. We all have one emergency drill and everybody knows what to do in the event of an emergency.
Most area schools will resume after the Labor Day weekend. Well, thinking about hitting the road for the Labor Day holiday, but worried about all that construction? Still ahead, something that may put your mind at ease. But first, an incredible story of generosity from one stranger to another. That's next. You are watching TV5 News at 7 on My 5, serving Birch Run, Linden, Alger, and your hometown too. It's coverage you can count on.